If you're not aware, there was a Trudeau policy, a Trudeau mandate, an EV mandate. In fact, even worse than that, a ZEV, zero emissions vehicle mandate in Canada, starting next year and ending in 2035, where there will be no gas cars available to be bought in Canada by this time. Now, this was a Trudeau policy. I think it quite obviously has Mark Carney's fingerprints all over it. We know that Mark Carney was advising Justin Trudeau at the time of this policy decision. So next year, car dealers in Canada are supposed to sell at least 20% of their inventory being electric vehicles. How this is going to work out, that is very far off from the demand in Canada. So how they're supposed to convince people to buy these, I have no idea, but the government is planning to penalize them harshly with big fines, essentially, if they don't meet that. Then it goes up to 40%, 60%, and then by 2035, it's supposed to be 100%. Nobody buys anything but zero emission vehicles. Apparently no thought to how we're going to have a grid that can handle this, how we're going to supply all of this electricity. Apparently it would require something like 12 or 14 new massive nuclear reactors. Not that we have a grid or any plan to have a grid that can handle it reliably in any case. Never mind the fact that Canada is really cold a lot of the year, and these EVs don't work very well in that. They lose like 40% of their range after -7. Not to mention the fact that the batteries themselves don't like it. It damages them. Too much cold damages them. Canada is really cold in a lot of it during the winter, right? No thought to any of this. It's totally batshit crazy. A lunatic plan. Now, Pierre Poilievre is talking about this and suggesting that, hey, let's not do the insane thing and mandate something. Mandate that the Canadian people buy something that they don't want and will not be useful to them. Let's take a look.
In just a few months, on January 1st, the Carney mandate, the Carney ban on your gas vehicle, will begin to be phased in. It will require 20% of dealership sales to be electric, and any car sold above that quota will pay a $20,000 tax. I call it the Carney tax. The Liberals' mandate would continue to worsen as years go by until 2035, when gas vehicles would be banned altogether. The auto industry is already under enormous stress after Mark Carney broke his promise to get a July 21st, 2025 deal to end the tariffs imposed by the United States. The last thing they need is a job-killing, price-hiking gas vehicle ban. The CAA found that all electric vehicles can lose 40% of their power during cold winters. EVs that are comparable in utility and function to their gas-powered vehicles on average cost about $20,000 more. Consumers should be free to choose the car or truck that they drive. They should be able to decide for themselves what they buy and how they get around. And yet we know that Mark Carney's plan will punish them for making those choices, and according to the Canadian Journal of Economics, kill 38,000 jobs across this country. That is why I am announcing today the Conservatives are launching a massive nationwide campaign to stop Mark Carney's ban on gas-powered vehicles. This campaign will include motions in Parliament, pressure campaigns in local Liberal MP ridings, press conferences and events at car dealerships across Canada, petitions, and other activities that will mobilize Canadians to maintain their right to decide what car they can afford and what car works for them. It's time to put Canadians back in the driver's seat. It's time to put Canadians back in the driver's seat so that they can decide what life they want to live.
This EV mandate, you can't even have a hybrid. It has to be zero emission. Like, where are all the people living in apartment buildings? There's lots of them. Where are they going to charge their cars? Has anybody thought of any of this? Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.